Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's head over to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa for the call of this one. We bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who'll be calling the plays under center.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field, and when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
That's taken in by Callaway, and he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. A look at the Buccaneers starters now on defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Looking to throw. Williams. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target, and it's third down. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
On third down, Winston. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but, hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Quincy Wilson in on the stop. Here's Williams, looking to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Williams from the gun, he'll throw. Got an open man, it's Washington. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the 1st drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This is how they will line it up defensively for Washington. And they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take him the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Now Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Winston. Throws right side, and that's complete. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 21 carries, 98 yards, too shy of 100.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. The quick slant caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. M.J. Stewart, mainly known for his pass coverage, this time a sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And to give this time to the tailback. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Williams loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 40. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They go play action. Winston going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Winston. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
We got this.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. On the counter, Hunt. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Get him, boys. Yeah, that's how we do.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 77 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Williams now from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it here with Hunt. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Play fake. Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought it worst. Quarterback sneak, try and pick up the 1st down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Williams throwing to start the drive. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down.
Let's go. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Redskin.
Hey, watch the slant. Shoot.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. They run a draw here on 2nd down. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Williams. Aguilar has it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Here's Williams to throw on 2nd down. Sliding out of the pocket. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. From the gun on third down, Williams. It's caught by Aguilar. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
23 yards on the play. On first down, it's Hunt. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From just shy of midfield, Winston. Bryant has it. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working out of the gun, Winston. Hard throw, incomplete.
Winston's pass to the sideline and incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to keep it here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Now Williams on 1st and 10. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Williams now operating from the gun. They'll roll him out right. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Last week, they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action now, Winston. He's got Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Winston now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. This is Hunt. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All day, every day, any day.
And this one's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but now it'll be third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. And in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Derrick Henry. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. He will push his way down to about the 14. Matt Judon there to bring him down. They run again with Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Jameis to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Williams from the gun, he'll throw. He gets it complete to Harris. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's 2nd and 8. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. The 30, 20, 10. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Jameis Winston and the rest of the Bucs set to begin this next drive. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick. Right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Well, they do get 5 there, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he powers his way up past the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Williams. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. A big run by Kareem Hunt, and even 50 yards. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt, and the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw, Winston. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
Let's go, let's go.
From the red zone now, Winston. incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. A give right side now to Hunt. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. Winston now. He completes it to Bryant. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Roughing the passer, defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his second touchdown of the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Here's Williams to throw on third down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Daron Payne racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Needed more than 3, but that's all they got. And it's fourth down.
Your trip ends here, baby. Your trip ends here.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, Williams. His throw incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Williams going to throw again. He'll get this one complete to Davis. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Offense.
So that'll back them up 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Williams. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run with Hunt.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game.
Williams loses the football, and the Buccaneers have it. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep,
run what you do
foot
best.
on the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 9. Williams now operating from the gun. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Williams on first down. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll toss to Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Williams to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Winston here to throw. That's caught by Howard. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Mike 3. Coming to you, coming to you.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
3 down, 3 down.
A first down carry for Henry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Buccaneers, they move back over 500 now at 6-5, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.